Okay,
Yes, I'm fine. Where's everyone else?
I don't see anyone. There's just open ocean. You can't go out there again.
What kind of a guardian would I be if I didn't?
I'm sure they're fine and made it to land safely, but we need to stay on this island. Did you happen to take a glimpse at who was attacking us?
I think I saw something. He had a white mask. Maybe some red and black was on it too.
Oh no. I think we were attacked by the same figure that attacked my hometown.
Are you sure it was the same person?
Yes, I believe so.
So, are we the only ones alive?
I'm not sure.
What about Bryce? He's handled himself before. Maybe he just got separated from us. Or maybe he went to
Knight,
escort someone.
you need to focus on what we're doing, not what Bryce may or may not be doing.
I know. I'm just worried about him.
I am too, but we need to find somewhere where we can stay or at least get directions.
That's a good idea. I think we should follow the beach and see if it leads us somewhere.
Then I guess we'll walk along the beach until we find something. Hey, Knight, what is that?
It looks like a wall or something.
Knight, look up.
A city!
Let's go. Knight, I recognize that guy over there.
Who?
Him. The guy in the red at the market stand.
Have you met him before?
I think he's forged me a sword once or twice. He's a very fine blacksmith.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go up and ask him for
No,
help.
no. What if it's not him? If we ask him for help and it's not actually him, then we'll make fools of ourselves.
It's the only option we've got. Come on, let's go.
No!
Excuse me, sir? Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'm a bit of a mess right now. What do you want?
Hi, I'm Marty. I believe you forged me a sword or two in the past, is that correct?
Yeah, I believe I did at some point. I'm Quinn. How did you end up here?
That's a story for another time. For starters, where are we?
This is Oakhold. I've been here for a few days. Oh, and what was your name, my lady?
Hi, my name's Evelyn, but I'd prefer if you called me Knight. I think Marty and I are going to be staying here a while, and we need your help.
Well then, a friend of Marty's is a friend of mine. Come on, I'll show you around town and you can stay in the place I've got for a few days.
That would be amazing. Thank you so much, Quinn.
Anything for a fine lady like yourself.
Alright. So you were gonna take us around town?
Right. Follow me and I'll show you around. Here's one of the many markets around the village. They mostly sell fish and fruit, but occasionally you can find some potatoes and other types of meat. Looks like another market. This one's usually empty. I've yet to see anyone selling things here.
That's odd. It seems like many people would come here, as it's a great location.
Follow me, there's more. This is the main market. You can usually get the best deals on food here. There's also a few shops around here.
It seems nice.
This is a shop for clothes and other things. You can usually trade items in here as well. Just past there is the blacksmith shop. It's run by a cranky old man. I've seen him chase a kid with his hammer before just so they'd get off his property. Down there is where you can find anything shiny that you want.
I like shinies. Shinies!
I knew you would. Just past there is the front gate.
Quinn, where exactly are you staying?
Knight, we can head there later. Follow me and I'll show you where I'm staying. Go on in. It's not much, but it's home for a few days.
This is cozy.
Yeah, it is. Thank you again, Quinn.
Oh, it's no problem. I was beginning to get lonely here anyways. It's a bit too much space for me. How about we sit down and have a chat?
Would you like to tell us why you're here and how you got here?
Of course. I was preparing dinner when suddenly I heard screams outside of my house. I went outside to see my home on fire. I rushed back inside to help my parents and sister get out to find my parents already dead on the floor, and my sister Rebecca missing. I checked outside one last time and I saw her on the ground, very weak. I tried to have Rebecca grab onto me, but it was too late. Out of nowhere, she was on fire, dead. I got up and I ran. Eventually, I found a small ship that was leaving, so I headed aboard. It was the hardest thing that I've ever done, leaving my entire family behind. The boat eventually sailed here, and I settled down in this apartment. How did you get here?
Marty, you explain.
I was at the same village not too long ago when I heard of the Black Hand's ally coming to attack our village. I tried to warn everybody, but they wouldn't listen to me. I traveled to the neighboring village, Gistreef, to warn them of the threat coming. I convinced Knight, the leader of the village, to have everyone evacuate immediately and get to safer ground. Gistreef had already suffered enough from the Black Hand. I didn't want it to suffer from this. Most of the remaining people of Gistreef settled on the same boat, including multiple children. All was going well until the boat was attacked in the middle of the night. Knight and I grabbed as many of the children as possible and took them into the cabin to make sure they were okay. Some of them were able to get out alive, and others died from the fire. All Knight and I could do at that point was jump off and grab onto some barrels, so we did. Eventually, we came up onto shore and we walked here to Oakhold.
It sounds like both of us have had unfortunate stories as to why we're here. Quinn, I'm very sorry to hear about your family. My parents abandoned me when I was a child. They left me off at Gistreef and they just left me. However, I put in enough effort and I was able to become the head knight, hence why I'm known as Knight.
I guess what happens happens. I remember the day my sister was born. My mom had been in incredible pain as Rebecca was delivered. I was 14 at the time, and I will never forget the day I met my little sister.
Marty, what's your background?
I lived with my stepfather. He raised me until I was old enough to move on, so I left and I went to Flinteria. I never knew my actual parents, but my stepfather just mentioned that my mother died of childbirth and that my real father was too much for him to handle. From then on, I was alone. I had to get a job selling bread at a local market stand.
Well, at least we have all of each other now. Quinn, can you please tell us more about this village?
I haven't been here long, but in the time I have been here, the Baron of this village has been absent most of the time on apparent travels. The laws of the village are simple. Keep out of others' business and be inside after dark. That about covers what I know, other than this rent being extremely inexpensive.
That is good to know. However, doesn't anyone think that it's a bit odd that you can't be out after dark?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That law seems rather unnecessary.
I'm not sure as to why that law is in place, but you can certainly ask the Baron when he returns to the village. I heard a rumor that he will be returning late tonight, so you can always ask him in the morning.
That sounds interesting. We may do that.
Good idea. We also need to ask him about possible searches for our friend Bryce and the others on the boat. They might still be out there.
I'm sure that he will send out searches immediately upon your request, but now it's just a matter of time as well as being able to speak with him.
It sounds like a good format for what we should do.
I need to head out into the market and purchase some supplies. Would either of you like to accompany me?
I'm not sure if Knight feels the same, but after the past few days we've had, I need some rest.
I'd be happy to venture with you to the market, Quinn.
All right. Rest well, Marty. We'll be home within a few hours.
Just be sure to get home before dark.
Why, hello there. What can I do you for?
Hi. I'd like a glass of water, please.
Give me 3 shots of whiskey to drown my sorrows.
That'll do it for you. I'll get 'em done as soon as possible.
So, do you have anything on you other than your clothes?
No. When Marty and I jumped off the boat, we didn't think twice to grab food or gold before then.
That's unfortunate. I'm getting really low on money.
I think it'll be alright. Maybe Marty and I could find work in the meantime.
So, do you mind being called Evelyn?
Yes, I mind. I've been known as Knight for many years while taking care of Gistreef, and it became what the children knew me as. It helps me remember my people and what I'm fighting for.
So, did you hear about those villages that were just attacked?
It's a shame what happened to those people. It's worrisome because of those villages are within mere days of travel northeast of here.
They're talking about Gistreef. How do you think they found out?
Maybe there are other survivors of the attack that made it here.
There has to be more survivors. I want to get out of here as soon as possible so that it can be morning and I can go talk to the Baron with Marty.
Agreed. It's been some time since I've gotten a good rest. It would be nice if I could get one tonight.
Here you go.
Squire, please come fetch my chainmail. It's been far too heavy for me.
Yes, Your Majesty. Where would you like me to put it?
Just take it to the armory.
Sir, you look quite beaten up. Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Got a little beat up by the low trees on the way here.
Alright. How was your trip, sir?
It was fine. I'm glad to be back.
I'm sure you are. Your wife has been awaiting your arrival. You best be getting back to her soon.
Ah, yes. My beautiful wife will soon see me as I will return to her at once. Thank you, Squire. You're relieved of your duties for the night once you return my armor.
Thank you, sir.
Excuse me, guards. Will you please let us through to speak to the Baron?
We're very sorry. He's not accepting visitors.
Sir, it's very important. We have information that could save this village from facing the same fate as the other villages around this.
Go home. Children have no place in here.
Were these kind folk asking to see me?
Yes, sir. I told them that you were busy.
No need to tell them that. I'm not busy at all. Here, come with me.
Your Majesty, this is an honor. Thank you.
Oh, there's no need for that. What are your names?
I'm Knight, former protector of Gistreef, and this is Marty from Flinteria.
Oh, I see. So why have you come to speak with me?
Another village close to Gistreef was attacked by a singular figure.
I traveled to Gistreef to warn Knight of the threat, so Gistrief was immediately evacuated. However, it attacked the boat, and we're the only survivors that we know of.
You say it. Are you saying this figure could possibly be another creature?
We're not sure. All that matters right now is finding those who may have survived the attack on the boat.
I'm considering your story. However, it's not very realistic for one person to be able to take down an entire village now, is it?
Realistic or not, it happened. Like Knight said, we need to focus on finding any possible survivors. It would also be a good idea to inform the guards of this village.
I will not take orders from a peasant. However, I will send guards to search, and I will take your idea into consideration. Is there anything else I should know?
Honey, it's been reported to me that someone snuck out after dark last night. The description that the guards told me fits this male here. I saw him from inside, and I just needed to come tell you.
I assure you, I was not out after dark. You can ask Knight.
Well then, I have a change of heart. Guards, come take him.
Your Majesty, I didn't do anything.
Marty didn't do anything.
Calm yourselves. Marty, you'll only be in the dungeons until further investigation.
No!
Guards, take him away.
No! No, I won't leave without Marty. You can't take him. I'll get you out.
Knight, please leave now.
Guards, take her away.